smack the shit out you now. You gonna stop between it?
Yeah, it's my wife.
If I was in a fight, one of the things you want to be able to do is control the person's arms. Because if I stand there, the guy has a 50-50 chance of hitting me with one arm and hitting me with the other arm. What I need to do is get the fight on my term. George is facing me and he's offering me out in a fight. He has a chance to hit me with this arm, or he has a chance to hit me with this arm. Which hand are you going to hit me with, George? Right. I thought you were going to hit me with the left. What's going on? This isn't fair. You're making it up. Okay, I'm going to ask you again. Which hand are you going to hit me with? Left. I thought you were going to hit me with the right. The point is that if I'm focusing on one arm, there's a good chance he can hit me with the other arm. Agreed? So he's got a chance to hit me, punch with that, bang with that one, hit, punch with that, bang with that one. But here's an idea. It's just an idea, just to explain the concept. If I hold George's arm like this, which arm is he going to hit me with? This one or that one? Now, if you're clever and you're at home, I bet you're going to say that one. Exactly. Because it makes sense. If I've got hold of this arm and I'm controlling it, he's going to go bang with that, bang with that, bang with that. The whole conceptual idea is to getting and control the arms, because it doesn't matter how I bridge and how I control the arms. If I've got one arm under control, it makes sense. It's only logical that he can use the other arm, in which case it gives me an opportunity to follow up, bang, and keep pressure on the guy and keep fighting him. I've got control of his arm. So I know, because I've got control of his arm, if he wants to punch me, he has to pull this arm back to punch, which gives me that notion. And you see how I hopscotch? I go from being on this arm suddenly to this arm. So I've got this arm, I'm punching into the groin or headbutting him or following or shielding and going in. Some of you might say to me, yeah, but if he pulls his arm free, he can still hit you with it. Well, yes, he can do, but I know he's doing that because he has to pull that hand back, which gives my hand a chance to go forward. If he wants to punch me with this, two things are going to happen. He either has to pull it back, which means I've got the indication when to hit boom, 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 boom with my hands, or as he pulls it back, I definitely know that that's coming in. But the point is, I've got a measure of control. When I've got a bridge or I've got a contact with the person's arm, it gives me a better fighting strategy because I know where the other arm is by logic and virtue of knowing I've got contact with that. These are great ideas. The problem is, how do you get the arms? But the reality is, I've got to be able to close the gap. But in most situations, if the guy's angry, confrontational, or having a go at you, he's probably going to be fairly close. You don't want him too close, but close enough, basically, that you can get in, bridge, control the arms, or he's going to come at you and give you the contact, in which case you can control one arm. I guess the takeaway from this is when the guy comes at you, control one arm, dominate that side. Yes, he can strike you with the other one, but you've got much more control and you can put the odds in your favour. I don't gamble. I'm not a betting person, but I always put money on myself that if I got hold of one of your arms, I'm going to come out on top. Thanks for watching.